biggest functions of the Doge team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out.
The Trump administration might send $5,000 checks to millions of people next summer if Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency get their way. Musk posted on X about the idea of a Doge dividend, which would give a 20% refund of savings from government spending cuts. James Fishback, CEO of Arizona Partners, proposed this idea, suggesting it as a tax refund, not a stimulus. So far, Doge claims to have saved $55 billion by canceling over 1,100 government contracts. The checks would go to about 79 million households that paid federal income tax. Each could get up to $5,000, but only if Doge reaches $2 trillion in spending cuts. The checks wouldn't arrive until July 2026. The plan would need congressional approval, and some Republicans may support it before the midterms. Unlike previous stimulus checks, Fishback argues this plan wouldn't fuel inflation as the money would come from spending cuts, not new debt.
Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you like and subscribe. Give me a follow on X at @green_Jericho, and make sure you give me a follow on Instagram at JGTalk2. You heard it right there. Trump to consider sending out $5,000 tax return checks to 80 million Americans who paid federal income tax. I'm not sure how that works, but on the surface, that sounds fucked up. There's 325 million people in this country, and only 80 million of us paid federal taxes. I don't know, maybe that's how it works out, but 80 million people out of 325 million. I know there's kids, there's elderly who may not be working anymore, but damn, just at first glance, that sounds crazy. Anyway, like he said, it won't be a stimulus check, so it's not going to cause inflation. It's coming from savings, and from what I can see, or from what I didn't see anywhere in history where we've received a check from the government that comes from government savings. Now, we've all received tax returns, and it's funny how they still can't get that right. How do you not know how much money to take from me every year? Why do I have to get some back? Just don't take as much. You know where I work. You know how much I work. Get this shit right. Anyway, so it would be from government savings, and I can't find anywhere. Let me know in the comments, send me a link or whatever, but I don't see anywhere in American history where we've received money from the government saying, oops, we're a little too bloated, we're spending too much, we're too reckless. Here you go. Here's your money back at no penalty. Because if it were a stimulus check, yeah, you're getting money, but you're going to pay for it later on in inflation, and they taxed you on it. So this would be a first. And I think that's what Trump wants to do. Trump wants to be the first president to do that. And it'll be 5 Gs, not 1,400. I don't see who would have a problem with this. It would take congressional approval, but what congressperson is going to say, no, you can't have some of this waste, fraud, and abuse back? What Republican or Democrat is going to vote and say, no, I know we're corrupt and we stole this from you, but you can't have it back? I don't see anybody standing in the way of that. And if they do, come midterms, they need to be removed. And one of the most important things that Elon said right in the beginning is that the job of Doge is to carry out the president's mandates. The president says, I want this done. Doge says, let's do it. If Elon Musk was really in charge, as the left is trying to say and drive this wedge between Elon Musk and President Trump, then why is Musk saying we need to do what President Trump says? And you can read other articles where it says Elon Musk even said that he wrote on a tweet from X, have to ask the president. So if he's really in charge, why is he asking Donald Trump anything? That doesn't make any sense. Well, Jericho, he could still really be in charge, but he has to act like Trump's in charge. He has to put on the facade in public that Trump really is in charge, but behind the scenes, Elon Musk is really, he's the one who's really in charge. He's pulling the strings. Okay, well, if that's true, then how can you also say that Elon Musk is so out in the open with it that now that Trump's in office, everybody can do what they want, so much so that he did the Sig Heil twice? then how can you then say out of the other side of your mouth, he's acting like Trump's in charge in public, but behind the scenes, he's pulling the strings. Those two things can't be true at the same time. Either Trump's in charge and all the racists in the world don't give a fuck, including Elon Musk, or he's not really in charge and Trump is, and he has to ask permission because Trump's really in charge. Which one is it? But I love it. Make it rain. Make it rain, Doge and Trump. Treat me like a stripper on the pole, and you just got your tax return, or you just signed your new contract for whatever sport you play, and you got money burning a hole in your pocket. Make it rain on us. I want this to be like a rap video. And we're the hoes in the club. The American taxpayer, we're the ones twerking it and working it, doing something strange for change. And I want Trump and Doge to just start peeling off billions and make it rain all over us. And then when the song's over, we're going to take all the money out of our G-string and we're going to clickety-clack around that stage and collect all that money. That's what needs to happen. The American taxpayers are the strippers. We're the ones who are in college, right? Paying our way through college. And you guys need to just make it rain on these hoes. I want my money back. You guys took it. You're wasting it. You're fucking around. I want my money back. I didn't give my money to you for you to go get whores and take vacations and eat lobster and get drugs. You got to do that on your own. I don't care if you go on vacations and you get whores and you put drugs in your body. I do not care. If you're an adult, I don't care what you put in your body, put on your body. I don't give a shit. But I don't want to pay for it. If it's legitimate, here you go. But don't take too much. How do I have to get money back from you? Figure it out. Only take what you need. But you're gonna put the federal government under a microscope. You're gonna a financial microscope. You're gonna find where there's waste, fraud, and abuse. You're gonna find where you're screwing around with my money, and then you're gonna say, "Oops, my bad. You can have it back." Who's gonna stand in between that? Who's gonna vote to stop that? If you find out that a congressman from your state is doing that, a congressman from your district is doing that, then you need to make them pay come midterms. Because there's absolutely no reason that you should have a problem with me getting my money back. Especially when you're an employee. I don't want to hear it. I'm your boss. I don't want to hear it. Get out of the way. Give me my money back. This is great. This is great. And it's smart. Because number one, you're finding fraud and abuse that we all know is there. How many times have you sat around and had a conversation about how the government wastes your money? Now there's somebody in there saying, hey, here's that money back. Very smart. Trump can't run for another term, but there are people who will run for president who will continue his legacy and continue to do his work. And that's what he's laying the groundwork for. Because I can't run for president again. I'm not going to be here, but let me set you up so whoever does run in my place, it's all good. Look what we've done. Look what we've done for the American people, and look what we've given to the American people, not just in checks, not just in tax returns, but in our safety, in our sovereignty, in our infrastructure. Just imagine when Trump leaves office, we have high-speed rails, we have air traffic control towers and airports that are updated, roads that are fixed, nothing crazy. We're not asking for anything crazy. We're asking for good bridges, new roads, and updating our travel system. Make it easier for us to travel. Make it easy for us to go throughout our whole state, especially California. As big as California is, and being able to go from one end of the state to the other in a matter of hours, how that would move commerce around. But, that's prosperity for us. They're not in the business of doing that. Or are they? Or is a new sheriff in town going to make you more prosperous than you can handle? I'm ready. Send me those $5,000 checks of the money that you wasted, you pieces of shit. Meet me in the comment section. What do you think of these Doge dividends, these Doge tax returns? Do you think there are strings attached, or is it simple as they wasted the money? Here you go. Talk to me, Goose. That's why I'm meeting you in the comments. But you know how we end these videos. We do a little good gun. That's where American citizens flex their Second Amendment muscle and give the bad guys what they need so desperately, lots of lead. But this young man right here, and I'm being facetious when I say young man, but these whippersnappers, they ran up in the wrong house, and this old timer, this old war vet, he had something for him. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.
It's a terrible way to have to live.
Earl Jones is a 92-year-old Air Force veteran who worked on planes, including the Enola Gay that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Thieves targeted his farm at least 3 times recently, stealing guns, money, even cattle. This time, Earl woke up when he heard intruders in the cellar.
I said, somebody down there, so I got my gun, come in, I sitting right here, and I heard him when he started up stepping.
Earl waited with his .22 rifle until the intruders were just on the other side of his basement door.
He kicked the door, and as soon as he got inside, it was all over.
He came up, so this goes to the basement. He came up through here.
Yeah, well, he kicked the door open, and I said, it was all over.
Earl fired a single shot and hit 24-year-old Lloyd Adam Maxwell of Richmond, Kentucky in the chest. Police say Maxwell was carried off by 2 others, Ryan Dalton and Donnie Edebnit. They put him in their car and took off, stopping here on Courtney Road to call 911. Kirk Snyder saw what happened next.
I saw his kid in the yard here, and my neighbor was checking on the other kid in the car. I guess that got shot, and he took his pulse and said, he's dead.
Maxwell was dead in the car. Earl Jones will not be charged.